Have you ever been to a restaurant and seen a $150 bottle of wine? You think to yourself, who would actually buy that? Aside from maybe a wealthy wine snob, who actually spends $150 on a bottle of wine? You look at the next item and it's only $20. When you compare the two, the $20 bottle seems much more reasonable. We aren't always logical when it comes to prices. We tend to overly value the first piece of information we get. And that's not only true with prices, but everything in life. This is actually called the contrast principle, or anchoring, and it's a powerful tool of social compliance and influence. Today on Brain Hacks, we're going to talk about a couple of experiments and how to use the anchoring principle. Alright, let's just jump right into this. So the first experiment comes to us by a guy named Richard Thaler. Now what Richard did was he tested the effect of context in consumer decisions. So he had two people go out to two different stores to buy the same brand of beer. The first person went into a supermarket and bought the beer for $1.50. The second person went into an upscale shop and bought the exact same brand of beer for $3.50. That's a huge increase. And they weren't even going to drink the beers in the store, but actually outside the store. So, that brings in a bigger point here. It's how willing we are to accept higher prices for merchandise or products that are basically exactly the same. And context really is king. And you can even see this in negotiations. So if you've ever been to a traditional market, you'll know that the way most shopkeepers or most vendors work is that they first give you an exorbitantly high price, a price that no one would ever accept. And then you come with a counter offer, and then they come back with another offer, and another counter offer, and then you pretend to walk away, and then they chase you down, and then eventually you buy the product. But there's an important point here. When they set that initial price, that exorbitantly high price, they're actually defining the range. So yes, you'll go below that, but the amount that you would go below that is in relation to that first price. So again, another powerful example of the anchoring principle in action. So you might be thinking, I'm too smart for this. There's no way I'm going to fall for this anchoring effect. But actually, research has shown that even knowledgeable, experienced people are still susceptible to this bias. So in research by Northcraft and Neal, they took two groups of people, real estate agents and students, and they gave them a listing of houses and an anchored price. In a later follow-up interview, they asked them what they thought about the price of the houses, and also if they were influenced by the first initial anchored price. Now, real estate agents said no, but results actually showed that they were actually influenced by the first price. So the next one isn't actually scientific evidence, but it's actually a story I read in the book Influence, which is an amazing book. You should read it. And it goes a little like this. There are two brothers. They're suit tailors, and they work at an upscale shop. And they have a tactic, they have a trick for getting massive amounts of sales. They're literally selling suits to everyone that comes into the store. And it goes like this. So the customer comes in, sees the first brother, asks him about a potential purchase, about a suit. And the brother pretends to be a little bit hard of hearing. And he calls to his brother in the back. Hey, how much for the suit? And the brother in the back shouts, $50. Now the brother in the front, talking to the customer, pretending that he can't hear him very well, says, oh, $20. The customer, thinking, whoa, $20, just leaps on the opportunity to get the suit at what he thinks is a steal of a price, and immediately makes another purchase. We're not even logical when it comes to prices. Let me ask you a question. If you see $1,499, $1,499, and $1,499, which one do you assume is the cheapest price? Well, studies have actually shown that the last one the 1,499, which is the same as the ones above, actually for most people is the cheaper price. Now this also works with menus. Most menus have the word dollars in the menu, or they have a dollar sign. But actually, a 2009 study by Cornell University found that menus that did not contain a dollar sign or the word dollars anywhere on there, but just a number, actually made way higher amounts of sales. Which is crazy if you think about it. It's just a dollar symbol, but researchers have concluded that in a world filled with so much information, where we're just overloaded with information, simplifying things just to a dollar number, just to the number, makes it a lot easier for people to decide. So today we talked about the anchoring principle, or also the contrast principle. So let's review. Number one, you are susceptible to it. Number two, no matter how smart you are, it can still affect you. Number three, don't be fooled by the high price. It doesn't mean anything. So if you guys enjoyed what we talked about today, subscribe to my channel or head over to my blog at brainhacksblog.com and check out more information like this. Thank you.